What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Saturday night smoke show, live stream, whatever. Looks like I gotta do a little spin here. This box right here is what LC sent, and LC's kids sent. They put it together, but all of them put it together, I should say. And I think CT threw something in here as well. I'm not 100% sure. I know he shipped it from the U.S. somewhere up north, North Dakota. I don't know, somewhere up there. Yep, ND, North Dakota. And then we got a package right here from Mike Krisher, and there is a link to Mike's channel right at the very top of the description. There's not much in the description. I don't even have my email in there, nothing like that. I guess I could provide that if anybody's curious. I guess I can come in here and make a quick post and whatnot. But I will come in the chat first. Let's see, how's that going to work? Okay. Yeah, because I can't type it on this live. I can't do anything on this, other than live stream that I know of. Let me switch over to live chat. Okay, I am in live chat, and there's LC and Bo and Nation and Miss Marilyn and Cliff and Divine and that Germs. What's up? Germs. MRE's here. And that looks like I haven't missed anybody yet. Hey, there's Kenton. What's up, man? Mr. MREinfo.com is here. The creator of the creation that has created this all. Trying to get back here to where... Yep. That should be it. Nope. Almost there. Yep. That should be... Okay. Come in my live stream and grab a link real quick. I'll drop my email right here. Anybody want to hit the thumbs up or down button? Down works fine for me. As long as Google gets any kind of feedback, they are happy. Let's see here. There is my email in the chat. If anybody happens to be watching this back or anything of that nature, I'll even go ahead and give myself a thumbs up. Okay. Share. Here. So you guys ain't looking at a box. You can look at me at least. Okay. Copy link. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. Create a post. I think I've made like 2 or 3 posts today already. But that's okay. That's okay. Pretty excited about this because this has been a long time in the making. So it's been at least before Christmas. That's why I said at least 6 months, because it seems like I remember talk about it before Christmas, so maybe like Thanksgiving-ish time. So we're looking at right around the 6-month range, I would say, and it may have been before that. It could have been months before that. I don't know. I just know that I remember there being talk about it from back then. So okay. Okay. And I think at some point here in the near future, later in this live stream, I'm going to try to show you guys, and it's going to be my first time watching it as well. The footage that that my son took of what we saw a couple weeks ago. Has it been 2 weeks now? Not quite 2 weeks, but maybe. Let's see. When I talked about it last Saturday, it happened. I don't know. I can't remember what day it was on. I think it was on a Monday, so maybe it has been almost 2 weeks. Anyway, we are going to get started with this thing pretty quick. I remember telling you guys about that place that had the museum here, and I couldn't find it. I tried to show you guys. Yeah, Phoenix for sure. You still feel a certain kind of way about it, even trying to talk about it, even though I have no qualms in my own mind or doubts about what I see, because what really topped it was how it came, one of the three that came in about 15-20 minutes into us initially watching it, how it came in from beyond the atmosphere, and then stopped. There's no way to explain that. Plus the speed that it came in, it was awesome. Definitely one of the coolest experiences I've had, especially since I got to have a witness. So, who was it that I was telling about seeing? I can't remember who it was, but it was a serious conversation that I was having with someone, and the fact that I brought it up with them, I already felt a certain kind of way about it. But I also tried to explain to him, like, this is not really new to me at all. Like, this has happened to me a lot of times, and I've talked about it before, and I feel like if you talk about it and you've had multiple experiences, it kind of seemingly takes away from some of your credibility, which I would take a lie detector test. I wish that I had the footage of it coming in. That would have that would have been the nail in the coffin, no doubt, that anybody could deny what they just saw. But I did not. Unfortunately, I was using this stupid iPhone that I'm not used to still, and had it on photo mode. I did not have it. I was not videoing when I thought I was. I thought I was videoing, and I took a picture, and thought that I thought I had started the recording, and it's not the case. So I felt really stupid when I realized that. Real dumb. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. This is what I was trying to show you guys a few weeks ago, because I was talking to Sean about it, the guy that runs the Ration Museum. Most of you guys know who Sean is. Okay, some weird noises popping and cracking behind me there. Here it is. This is it. See that right there? Comes with that museum right there. Guess you can't zoom. That's the house. And then it comes with that museum was built in like 2008, 2007, something like that. I can't tell what it used to be. Museum, maybe a county museum, Meigs County Museum or something like that. Comes with that big old bell out front. That's pretty cool. There's the inside of the museum. It's just, I want to say 1,500 square feet of nothing. There's a couple, at least one display case there. And it comes with that 5-car garage across the road and that house. Weird, weird layout here. There's the house. Here's the house and the museum here, and then you get this across the street. Weird shaped piece of property as well that has that garage on it. There's only 10 pictures, so still though, I mean, kind of a cool place. There it is. Let's see. When was that built? I'll tell you guys when that was built. Because it wasn't that long ago. Five-car garage, 2 empty lots. 2010. So, I mean, it's the building is 13 years old. Well, probably like 12. But, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so there's a link to Mike's YouTube channel right at the very top. It's not all that's in the description, but it's all that's a clickable link in the description. Then the box is a mainly, if not all, I'm not 100% sure on this. Maybe Trucker could be here and let me know. Oh, hey, there's Dan. Maybe Trucker could let me know if he has something in that box. It seems like a couple weeks ago he mentioned that, or someone mentioned that. I'm not 100% sure whether or not that's the case, because I just, it seems that way. I'm not sure, but mainly boxes from Elsie and her children, and that's going to be, I assume, I have no idea. I have no idea what exactly we're doing, and she said that the part that Mike sent was an important part to go along with this. So, question: do I open the box first or the package first? I'm asking Mike and LC, I guess, is what I is it. Does it matter? I don't know. Chat me up and let me know. Oh, CT, nothing in it. I thought you threw. I could have swore you said you threw something in it. Good deal. So no contamination from an outside source. It's all coming from LC and LC's kids. Hey, Minnie. Minnie. She's so loud. Come here, Minnie. Come here. Kitty, kitty. Minnie, come here. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Come here. Come here, honey. Come here. Come here. Oh. Yes. Oh, you're my baby. You're my old lady. Yeah. Oh. She's like at least 14, 15, probably 15. Because we've been in this house 14 years now. And she was here before the house, before we moved in here. So, Minnie's 15 years old. She spends 2 to 3 days away from the house at a time. I usually try to force her to stay here and keep her in, but eventually she's just like, got to go out. Making biscuits on me. She is by far my favorite cat. I just love her. She's the first. And really, there only should have been one other one, and that's her son, which has cataracts really bad now. He's got them really bad. He walks into stuff. I feel sorry for him. The surgery's $1,500 per eye, though, for him. Okay, Minnie. I didn't see an answer on what to open first. Lay down right there, honey. Instructions in the box. It's fine, Phoenix. I'm good with it. I see a natty light comment. I see there's a lot of controversy going on right now with Anheuser Busch, and so kind of growing up, I guess really, Amber's dad worked in Columbus, Ohio, which is where one of the main Anheuser Busch plants is at. It is a huge place up there in Columbus, Ohio, and we made trips up there while he was working there. He worked as a pipe fitter there, so I have a lot of memories of Anheuser Busch and stuff, and in like the way things have gone, especially here recently. I feel a certain kind of way about it. I mean, obviously they're probably $1 billion company, so they can afford to take a hit like they are, and I think they deserve some repercussions for the way they've handled themselves. I think any company that wants to go down that road really needs to think hard about what their customer base is and what that looks like. But that's just my opinion. That's just I'm off topic, but I saw the Natty Light comment and I thought, yeah. Oh, Natty Light is nation. Okay, so yeah, Natty Light is a term that we've used here around here in West Virginia. Natural light. Oh, it's been a year in the making. Holy cow! I should have put that in the title. I'll change it later after this is over. I'll change it to a year. I didn't realize it'd been a year. It's April now, so that means April of 22, right? April of 22 that this was being talked about at least. To InBev? For rent, one cat house included. Oh, thank you for the super chat, LC. Um, I still haven't seen. I know I seen you said so there's instructions in the box, meaning the box should be open first. Oh, so Anheuser Busch sold 5 years ago. Is that what you're saying? A favorite beer. I'll be honest. Like if I was going to drink a beer casually and I was going to buy it, I wouldn't go with like a lager or anything because I'm not into like the heavy dark beers. And as far as like what you could get quality wise for a cheap price, it probably would have been Bud Light. And I don't foresee me buying Bud Light in my future anymore. I will avoid that. So next, I would probably go with. I want to say probably Coors would probably be my next pick, but I'm not really I'm not an alcohol drinker per se. Anyway, like I'm not. I wouldn't even. I'm not even a connoisseur of. I wouldn't classify myself as. Have I tried a lot of different alcohol over the years? Yes, because it has a lot to do with what I do. That's the reason. Uh, Open the box. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Where to start? So, box is where we're starting. Um, you know, uh, my grandparents, like I grew up surrounded. My uncles, my grandparents, anybody who associated with them, they all drank Old Milwaukee. I have tried to drink Old Milwaukee a few times in my adult years. I don't know how they done it. That stuff is awful. That stuff is awful. I don't have a good thing to say. Not the blue or the red. I guess it's like a light, and light is the blue and red's full flavor. Uh, oh, but I mean, my grandma would put a 30 pack of that stuff away in a day, and I saw my grandpa. He'd put away two 30 packs in a day, and you wouldn't even be able to tell he drank anything. Like it was just like water to him, or it was what he needed to function, I assume. Like he had to be a really hardcore alcoholic by the time he passed away. I mean, my whole life he drank like that. We're talking about putting 60 beers away a day. A day. That's a lot of alcohol. That's a lot of alcohol. And then on top of that, for it not to impede his function at all, you definitely deep into the alcoholism at that point. So I never looked at him like that, though. I never looked at him as an alcoholic, or having a drinking problem. I mean, he did, obviously, but he never came across like that. So, all right, we are going to get into this. Let's get the box open now. Camera angle wise, I have my camera up and as far back as I can. I think I'm zoomed out as far as I can. Schlitz is the beer. There's a lot of beers from the Milwaukee area, up in that range, and then you got, well, the Coors is Colorado. We went there whenever we went out to when we went to Denver for Amber's brother's wedding years ago. We were only supposed to go out there for, I think, a week. We were supposed to be out there 7 days, and we ended up being there over 2 weeks, I think, or close to it. We stayed a lot of extra time. Let me put this out. All right, let's get started. Big box. Like I said, we'll just have to do our best here to get this on camera. Let me cut the paper off to start with. Oh, I've got poison sumac all over my arms. It's starting to clear up, though, finally. All right, big box. Did I say thank you to LC for that super chat? I don't think I did. I think I just read it. But thank you for that super chat earlier, LC. And now I don't even know if I can remember what that said. What did it say? Scroll up. It can't be that far up. There it is. Oh, this has been a year in the making. That's right. Thank you for that super chat and letting me know that this has been a year. So this has been a year in the making, and I'm glad I didn't just cut into that, because there's been some special preparation go on here too, because this is camouflaged. This is awesome. I did cut it a little bit over here, I guess, or maybe it got taped to it. All right, I'm gonna maybe have to move it. Oh. There we go. It's like Christmas. Yeah. Fancy wrap for sure. Straight up camo. Maybe it's like a camo box. It's just maybe taped. Definitely went in with the camouflage, though. I dig it. I think I'm supposed to open it right here, so we're in good shape. There we go. Ooh. All right, we're in. We are in the box, I think. Look at that. That is awesome. This box contains instructions on how to proceed. The word required is optional. Okay. All right. So that's got some awesome cloth like cloth duct tape on it. Almost hate to cut it. Where do I open it? Where do I open this? Right there, maybe? I don't feel like a flap to the box. All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to cut it, I guess. All right. Let me go. Did I see anything in the, let's see. Yep, I got it right side up. Luckily. I did it with the shipping label up, so it should have been, I figured it should have been right. Yeah, this tape is no joke. That's some awesome tape. Yeah, like I said, I almost hate to cut it. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. It's like a, oh, there, ha. There we go. If I can get this corner open. Ha. I guess I'm going to have to cut the other corner open too. There we go. Now we're in there. Huh. I'm glad I cut it that way, because I was going to try to cut across the top. Looks like... Okay. That's everything out of that box. Let's find out what the instructions are. Wait, this is an actual puzzle that I have to put together? Hang on a second. It really is. I think I can just read it right now and then put it together, right? Okay. I'm going to try to hold it where you guys can see it and read it at the same time. It says, Sergeant Smokey, sir, you have been tasked with the mission of all missions, right? With the mission of all missions. You, sir, have been selected to unravel the mystery within this box. Now that you have... Wait. Okay, built this puzzle. I'm probably not supposed to do it this way. I'm probably actually supposed to put the puzzle together. Hang on. Box has got to go then. Huh? Yeah, I don't think that I'll need it. I don't know. You can turn it on low if you want. Question. Will I need the stove or the boiling? Do I need boiling water? Like to boil something in? Because I don't have my boiling water on, where I've just been having to microwave water for coffee and stuff. Okay. That. All right. Corners. Start with the corners. Wait. I think she's already got this laid out. Look at that. I'm smart. Holy cow, this thing's going to be big. That's awesome that you put it together like that and laid it out, because it's perfect. And it's going to be a lot easier to read. Yes. Alright, I'm going to take this whole pile right here. Okay, I flipped it. There we go. You know I'm going to have to frame this, right? It's going to be 8 by 10, probably. Maybe bigger. Excuse my silence while I concentrate. I mean, this is going to be the easiest puzzle I've ever put together since it was pre-put together for me and then laid into the box. But that doesn't take away from how awesome it is. My eyes are watering. I should be trying to read it before I try to read it out loud. I don't like reading something for the first time out loud that I haven't read through first, because then I sound kind of like an idiot. Like I can't read. I never did too well with the reading out loud stuff in school either. I always didn't like to do it, but I usually didn't read it before I tried to read it out loud in school. I didn't know that I needed to do that. Okay, I think we're about halfway there. I'm going to change positions with this a little bit, pushing it up. Grab the new pile. That box right there. Keep it going. I didn't even know you could do this. I didn't even know this was a thing. That you could have a puzzle made like this. Never even thought about that in my whole life. Although I guess they do just about everything nowadays. I know you can have cups made with anything you want on them. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room on my table. I might run out of room. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. If we don't have any more than 2 more runs, I think we'll be okay. I think it's going to be perfect. Uh-oh, there might be 3 more runs. There is. That's okay. I'll slide it underneath up there. Yeah, we're going to make it. I'll tell you, I did not expect this. Okay. There it is. Hang on. Getting a lot of glare here. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to... I've read that much to see. Okay, okay. Took me a second to figure what that said. Okay, I'm going to read it now. I've read almost all of it. I think I can figure out the rest. Okay, it says, Sergeant Smokey, sir, You have been tasked with the mission of all missions. You, sir, have been selected to unravel the mystery within this box. Now that you have built this puzzle, you have been tasked to open each parcel within this parcel in order, starting with package labeled A, ending with packages labeled F. This last package is not a fail. I assure you, some of the packages you will open have a note with explanation to the contents inside. Some won't. On this mystery mission, you will find humor and amazement. At the end of your mission, Sergeant Smokey, you are required to smile and say, "Mystery box conquered and all contents inside revealed." Oh, and a big thank you to Mike and Mike Krisher of Mike Krisher Reviews for his thoughts on this journey to bring the mission home to you, Sergeant Smokey. Sincerely, Liz, LC, and kids. That is awesome. I almost, should I just leave? I probably shouldn't leave it. Should I leave it? Should I leave it there? Let's see here. So I got to start with A and end with F. And my instructions at the end were to mystery box conquered. Okay. Bottom left corner. I don't know how you did this. I ended here, and this one should be on the bottom. So I should stack them on top, because I definitely got to put this back together. This is bigger than 8x10, though, I can tell you that. How did I do that? Okay, yeah, it was like this. It's like this. I don't want to end up getting food on it or something, so that's why I'm breaking it down. I think it's the smartest move. And if I need to refer to something, the box has a picture on it, of it, that I can refer back to. Maybe one more row. Yeah. Okay. One. And this one goes on the bottom. You're already getting the big smile out of me, by the way. I don't smile a whole lot. I've noticed that. I've thought about that. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just something, a way that I was brought up, or, honestly, I don't know. I don't know why. I have caught myself smiling more often lately. I don't know if it's something to do with my age, or why, actually. I just find it easier to be happy and laugh a lot more often as of recent. Okay. I don't think, was that like that? I think it was. Okay. Now we got to find A. Box A. D. Okay, that's E. This is some cool paper. There's C. Wait, 2 C's. F. B. Looks like this. Okay. This is A. The oldest child is a huge fan of the series. When they saw this item, they just knew you would love to start the mystery box off with a good laugh. This is A. And this is directly from, it sounds like from a kid's, one of her child selections. So, her oldest, actually. Alright, so let's just get into this then. I'm already smiling way bigger than I usually do. So. You guys might not realize that. Like, I think I do smile a lot when I do this because this stuff makes me happy. Doing this, what I do here. Whatever you want to call it. What I don't know what you call what I do, but I just say I do stuff on YouTube. I don't really have a name for it. Alright, I think we're... Yes. Almost in. There we go. Let me look at the chat for a second. What happened? What happened, Miss Gail? Yeah, that does suck, man. Especially whenever you're not connected. Like, I know you feel like you should have been. I have luckily been able to squash things with my family, that some of my family that I was kind of estranged from at points. I had a hard time doing it, though, at points, because they weren't really reciprocating that, trying to squash it. And then when they're gone like that, it's just too late. But I know we're all sorry for your loss. Okay. This is A. This is from Elsie's oldest. And she mentioned something about a laugh. So, get the camera down here a little bit more. Okay. We're double packaged here. I just need to keep my knife out, I think. Oh, no way. Suspicious food tin. Oh, that is so freaking cool. Wow. That is awesome. Okay, first of all, I collect everything anyway, and I actually have a lot of old Pokemon cards, none of them graded, so this is super cool. CGC, I don't know who grades Pokemon cards, but this just fits, like, what we do so well. Heal 80 damage from, of your lost Pokemon that has at least one energy attached. If you healed any damage in this way, discard a eyeball energy from it. I don't know what that means. I have no clue. My kids were into this big time when they were growing up, but that, I will cherish this, and it will go on my shelf forever. Forever. This is so cool. I just love it because it fits what I'm into, what we're into so well. That is awesome. That is really cool. I love it. Psychic energy is the eyeball symbol. See, I don't have a clue. I never did play Pokemon, but like I said, my kids got into it, and I know this. Like, I bought them tons of stuff, like first generation stuff, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, both of them, and I went through them about 7, 8 years ago probably, and I picked out like what I thought looked like the best 20, and I threw them up on eBay, and I got $100 out of them, and I was like, oh my god, there's money in these things. I never did go back through them, and we have stacks of them like this tall. No clue what's in them whatsoever. But they've also been my kids, so they're not going to grade out well. You know, some of them are still in good shape, where I would say they might grade out to like an 8 or a 9, but a lot of them are probably in that like probably 6 or 7 range, and maybe even lower on some of them. All right, hang on, time out. You guys look at this card for a minute. Let me go deal with this cat. Well, tell your son that I love it, and it's awesome. Super stoked. All right, Minnie, you're driving me crazy. You got to get it. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I had to take care of it because she was going to drive me crazy. That's a heck of a way to start. That's a heck of a way to start. I don't know if you can top that. That is awesome. Okay, this is B. I remember that. This is B. This item is the second oldest item in the box. It's an item dating. Wait. Did that get ripped off? Well, let's find out. This is item B. We're moving through the list. A to F. Nothing else on there. Got my knife out already. Said I wouldn't put it up. There we go. LC really did, like, you went way, way above and beyond anything you ever should have or needed to do. I hope that I do it justice, and I'm doing my best. I will do my best. Okay. By the way, one heck of a collection of packaging, by the way. I am the type of person that can really appreciate some good designs, especially on some paper or something like that. And this stuff is awesome. All cool camo. Love it. All right, here we go. Second oldest item, she said, in the box. Okay. What do we have here? What is that? Oh, nice. We have some of the old. This is definitely sea ration era, maybe even prior to. This stuff was used for a long time to heat rations with. And this is a beautiful example of the alcohol. It should be like a gel. And that's exactly what it feels like. It says fuel tablet, ration heating. I don't think there's any tablet in there. I don't remember ever seeing one. Which, the ones that I've had were always open. Manufactured by Hotel Research Laboratories. And I'm sure you guys have seen stuff like this probably used in, like, what are those things called? Like the reheating trays when you have like a catered event or something like that. They'll have basically these exact same things, still to this day, setting underneath the food. LC said this is World War II era. I know that, what's the oldest ones I've seen for sale? I think 1950. I seen a case of these and they were 1959, I think, or 60. So obviously these have been out for a long time. World War II era. But that is a great looking example. Holy cow. Really good looking example. Okay, so, well, let's continue on and find out what else we got here. Just making sure there was no more instructions in the box. On to C. Wait, yeah, set it there. Yeah. Oop, no, I like it straight better. Yeah, okay. We are on to item C. And if the kids are watching, you guys, thank you guys for all this stuff, man. This is awesome. You're too kind. I do this at Christmas time, and my family hates that I do it. But I don't rip the paper. I always, like, literally come through and I cut all the tape. A lot of times that's what I do. Not always, but like probably 90% of the time that's what I do. I'm like, maybe you could reuse the paper, because my grandma used to do that. My grandma was a product of the Depression, and I feel like we're probably headed back down that road to reuse anything that we possibly can, which I think that's a good thing anyway. Alright, I'm legit unwrapping that. There we go. No instructions on here, right? Nope, just the letter C. Just double checking. I will have to wash my knife before I try to use it on food. If I try to use it on food, no instructions on the outside of that either. Nothing to cut. Nope. Okay, we got some sheet music up in here. That's some cool stuffing paper. I have no idea what song that is. I don't know, that's cool though. This is... Wait. Okay, we are on the C, right? I don't know why I was thinking B. Okay, this is really in there. Got to find a start point. Because cutting it, I'm afraid to cut it. There we go. There we go. I don't know why, but I'm going to do this anyway. There we go. Smokey LC said the big one first. Oh. Okay. My bad. Wait a second. Didn't this just say C? I don't want to... Okay, it did just say C. I wasn't... That's cool, because we haven't gotten into that yet. Big one first. Put this back in here. Who sent the super chat? Cyanide Cookies. Dan, thank you so much for the super chat, my dude. And catching me before I went too far into C2. My bad. I'm going to have to stop and look at the chat more. I'm overly excited. I've got to stop. Okay. While doing research for the kids... Wait a minute. While doing research, the kids found items C. They decided that C and D together could make your live streams and videos even more unique to you. The mystery within these items could be used to enhance your background. The kids also thought it would help differentiate your videos visually from Steve's. Okay. From this day forth, you shall have a stream buddy. Interesting. Okay. Let's find out what that is. All right, I guess I'm going to rip it a little bit here on the end, since I already did. Nope. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's going to get ripped, I guess. There we go. I think that... Okay, no instructions in there. This is what we're getting into here. What do we got here? Still don't know what I'm looking at yet. Whoa. Holy cow. Look at that. That is awesome. Wait, does it have a flap? It does. Holy cow, look at that. That is freaking awesome. I am a toy collector through and through. You guys probably know that about me by now. I'm a collector of all things, but look at that. He's got a canteen. I actually have, if I didn't sell it, I either have a brown one or a black one, but the exact same holster for a 1911, which is what that's for. And he's carrying. He's packing. Let's see what it says. This is an Army general from World War II. Wait, it just says World War II ended as freedom fighters everywhere celebrated victory and the promise of peace. Now, 50 years later, G.I. Joe salutes that historic event with the introduction of the official Officers Club collection, an exciting assortment of commemorative 12-inch figures. Hasbro and Target stores have teamed up to bring you this collection, which includes the fully posable 3-star Army General. This detailed figure features an authentically styled uniform and realistic accessories, including a pistol with holster, combat canteen, and belt. Each figure has been assigned its own identification number and is available in limited quantities, ensuring collectability for years to come and for generations of G.I. Joe fans. Join the continuing 50th anniversary celebration with this commemorative Army General figure, complete with dark shade winter shirt, khaki battle dress pants, regulation tucked in tie, general's helmet, customized bomber jacket, and more. Enlist all of the Officers Club figures in your own collection today and salute America's heroes whose courage and commitment brought peace to the world. That is awesome. So 50 years after, that would put these, this is 1992, is that correct? Is this from 92? So just a little bit of, that's 96. I don't know why I was thinking, at the end of World War II was 1945. I don't know why I was thinking 42, because the beginning, I guess. But this is 96, so this has actually got some vintage to it. This got a little bit of a vintage flair to it, I must say. That is awesome. And that is a telephone that he is packing with him, as we can see right there. That is freaking awesome. So, I don't know if you guys are into toys at all. If you are, you'll probably remember the full sets that they brought out about, they came out with the G.I. Joes from each branch. There was Army, Navy. I know there was the Navy. There was Marines, and I don't know if there was an Air Force or not. I think there was, but they were all World War II era figures, and they also, you could buy these packs that came with like there was like a, for the Navy guy, you got like a life raft, you got survival knife, you got, and all that stuff came in a pack by itself. I bought my kids every single one of those collectibles, and they kept them all in the box. My kids kept them all in the box. They didn't take them out of the box, and they had them all sitting on their shelves as collectibles. I haven't seen them in years. No clue what happened to them, but I would love to find them. But I want, let's see, it was probably like 2000, between 2006 and 2008, probably, when I bought those for them. I'd say Ethan was probably about 6 years old. So that is that is so cool. I mean, again, this stuff is perfect. LC, this is right, fits right in the channel perfectly. 12-inch tall, fully posable, limited edition commemorative special, individually numbered, always individually numbered, which is probably going to be on that dog tag right there somewhere, or maybe like on his butt or something. I have never collected G.I. Joes for myself. I have collected I collected them for my kids, but I literally gave them to my kids. It was like, here, you know, do whatever, they can do whatever they wanted with them, and they chose to keep them in the packaging and put them on their shelves. But I've never had one this old. I didn't have G.I. Joes when I was a kid. I wasn't lucky enough to have that. I didn't have a whole lot of toys when I was a kid. Hot Wheels, but I think I had those because they were probably 50 cents or $1. I would assume that's probably why I had them. So that's awesome. Freaking awesome, man. Let's see. I'm going to put it back here for now, behind F. Okay. This is part 2 of C that I've already kind of almost unwrapped. Not all the way, but almost. So let's get into C2. I'm glad I kept that on there now. All right. This feels like a pair of socks. Did you get me a pair of socks? I need a new pair of socks. Need a new pair of compression socks. I have to wear those because of my leg. I don't have to, but I choose to, because they do help. Okay, here we go. That is some awesome duct tape, by the way. I've never seen that cloth duct tape, but like, I've never looked for it, but I've never ran into it anywhere. I've seen the plastic stuff, the cheap, like, well, like duct tape kind of, but cheaper. Yep, gonna have to use the knife. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is not at all. I expected food. I expected that there'd be food, is what we were looking at here. So this is a pleasant surprise. Oh, no way. I think I already know what this is. Holy crap, look at that. Oh, this fits. No way. Look at that. Those are the canteens for that figure, for that general. There's the cup, a cup. Are those actually movable handles? That is crazy. I love the mini accessories. I love anything miniature. Anything miniature I think is awesome. So, and these got some weight to them. Different style. So we got 4 different style canteens right there. That is a mess kit. I believe that's a German mess kit. With an actual leather strap on it. And a metal handle. Which I think I have a German mess kit right next to me here. I think it's next to me. That's very similar to this. Look at that. Look at the detail. That is awesome. I got to get the big one out. I'll put that back in the baggie here in a second. There. Look at that. That says open me. That is also a mess kit. That's going to be your British style, I think, is what they're going for with that. Although the clip on it is not what a British mess kit would be. And that is a World War II style canteen. That could be British, because I think British World War II canteens looked like ours. Okay. It does say to open me. I think it goes like this. Oh, no way. That is a full set of mess gear. Knife. Spoon. And it's even, does it have, no, it doesn't have the US, but it does have the right holes. Does have the correct holes. And then you got your ration inside. That is pork chow mein. G.I. Joe, MRE pork chow mein. This is, I believe this is from the 90s as well. I've actually seen these numerous times on eBay for sale, and I have never pulled the trigger on it. That is so freaking awesome. God, look at that. Wait, do I have my German mess kit right here? I do. Cobwebs on mine. Mine's dirty, but you guys see. That is so cool. Underneath this is supposed to have a strap on it, by the way. It is supposed to. It goes down through there, comes up through that hole right there, and goes around it. And I'll bet you this one, I think that's supposed to come undone right there. It is. I'm not going to do it though. I'm just going to slide that over to show you that there's a handle underneath there that goes down underneath it right there and keeps it clipped. But that is correct. Period correct. It looks correct. It's awesome. Sure, I didn't put that back right, but that's okay. That's a lot of gear to go with that General. And you know, back then those guys would have been stealing mess kits. They'd have been stealing everything. They stole everything, all the silverware, any gold, any artwork. I mean, so much stuff got sent back to the United States. Especially generals, to be honest, because there wasn't nobody going to question them if they decided to send back a, I don't know, a Picasso painting or a big old complete set of silverware, which that stuff is worth a fortune now. Oops. I've got sausage fingers that don't want to handle that stuff right. There we go. I got it. You know, I'm going to put him, I'm going to build like a little table, a little field table. Maybe, oh, I will make a table out of a K-ration crate, or I'll get a couple K-ration crates and make them, because they sell miniature K-ration crates, and I will make one of those for him to set at. I almost hate to take him out of the box, but at least I can set him up a field. Wait, how are these? I think, was this in here? No. Wait. This was in here. Like that. Was this one loose? It may have been loose. I thought I remembered taking it out of a baggie. I will keep it loose for now. Okay. I'll put all that stuff in the box later. I promise I'm not trying to go slow, guys. We just finished C, right? We need D. D is next. Let me look at the chat real quick. So I'm not rushing myself. Make sure there's not any. Oh, it was in a bag. You had it in a bag. Well, maybe it'll fit in the one with the little canteen cup. Or maybe it'll fit in here. Well, it fits. These are heavy. Way heavier than what you would think they'd be. I mean, I don't know how to tell you guys how much those weigh, but they weigh about 4 times more than what you think that they should. If they were hollow plastic like you think they should be, they'd be real lightweight. Those aren't. They're solid, like resin. I would say they're solid resin. If we got time, we can take all these out of there in a minute and look at them. Lay them all out. Time to move on to D. There weren't any instructions for D that I missed, were there? Oh, I knew there was an empty little baggie. I don't know what happened to that. I thought I used it for this. I thought that's what I put this in. Was that empty baggie? Pretty sure it is, because I had all that out. I had that canteen laid out, and I took that empty baggie from right there and put this in it first, and then anywhere it'd be right here. Nope. Yeah, no, I don't have it. Not over here anyway. Maybe it fell on the floor. I don't know. It fits. I know there's more room in here. A lot more room. And that canteen cup is black. It'll go perfect with the mess kit. All right. I think I don't see any special instructions on D. Fill them up with some hot sauce if they were hollow. I don't think they're hollow. I don't think any of them are. I think they're all solid. That one might be hollow. I believe it's designed for that cap to come off of there. Nope, it is not. I mean, it looks like it should. I don't think it comes off there. No, it doesn't. That one doesn't either. See, that might be... That might be a British style right there. I don't know. I'll have to look into exactly which one, what's what in those. And then the black canteen cup, I'm going to assume is probably, it's probably British, actually. I think a lot of British stuff was black. God, that poison on my arm has been driving me crazy. I mean, the mess kit opens and has a full set of silverware in it, which I have a spoon right here that came off the USS Cascade somewhere. That's a special officer's spoon. And actually, I have the whole set right here. This is the knife. This is not a common knife. Royal US. And then I know the spoon's right here somewhere too. That came off of that with my mess kit. Right here it is. Yeah. So this is a I mean, it's a mess kit spoon, but it's a officer's silverware. And this, like I said, this came with my neighbor, their grandparents. My neighbor's grandpa was on the USS Cascade whenever they were scrapping it. And they were just going to leave all of, which, I mean, he didn't bring a bunch home, but he brought some home. But they were going to scrap all this, like it was just going to get sank to the bottom of the ocean and to make a new reef or whatever. But they were leaving the mess kits on there, all the trays. He brought home a whole stack of trays and some silverware, and I got a spoon, a knife, and 3 trays, maybe 4 trays. I don't know. Shocker ended up with one of them, and I think Sticky Fingers ended up with one of the trays. Or did I send him one from the haunted hospital, Lakin? I can't remember. Anyways, we're on to D. D from LC and the kids. D from LC and the kids. This one I'm not going to break out the knife. I'm just going to open it since it's tissue paper. I'm going to let my OCD go and just rip. I'm glad I didn't mess up C because I almost opened it backwards. Okay. I mean, we started off with a customized puzzle. I mean, this is just wow. Okay, so this is, oh, it slides out here. That is awesome. Canadian diet was the best in any army, it says. This is like, that looks like World War One era or before. Wow, look at those guys. Oops. Knocked my microphone down. Hang on. I'll click this light off over here. Give you all a better view, maybe. Yeah. Look at that. I think you guys can see that pretty good. It looks good on my screen. It says the greatest care was taken in preparation of the food for the Canadian troops. This is a typical cookhouse, that of the 18th Reserve Battalion in Shorncliffe. Look at those stoves. Cast iron stoves. Whole bunch of them lined up down through there. I assume that's what those are. They look like stoves. Cooktops. Stove. I mean, I assume you build a fire, and this is all chimney here. So we're talking, I mean, wait, is there a date on this thing on the back somewhere, maybe? I thought that felt loose. Is it not? Yeah, it is. Wait, no. I do not see a date. I'm going to guess pre-World War One. Wow. I mean, look at that guy's mustache. That is boss. That is one heck of a mustache. This guy too, right over here right here. He has got a good mustache. Him too. Some good mustaches back then. I'm sure they had chemical masks that they had to wear. That's why they weren't allowed any other facial. Well, there's probably regulation, no facial hair other than a mustache. Just judging by the way the shoes look and stuff, I'm saying pre-1900. But that's a guess. Yeah, that's getting a frame. That is awesome. Okay. What'd you do, run? Why? Okay. Oh, that is cool. Reclaim, preserve, interpret. Catalog, create, destroy, build. calamityphoto.com. Oh, okay. So this is that's cool. I think it goes like that. This is to go in those viewers to view photos. Dang. Look at that. I can't get the glare off of it. Let's see. This is Meadville, PA. Wait, what's it say here? Mess time out on the rifle range of a southern contentment. C-A-N-T, contentment. The way they got their guns stacked up. And it's mess time. That's what that line is. They probably got a slop bucket right there they're scooping out of. And them trash cans. I bet those trash cans are what's full of food. Well, they'd be food cans. That's a field kitchen right there. That little tiny thing to feed all those guys with. Look here. Sitting there eating with his mess kit. He's got his canteen and his mess kit there. And I'm sure he's got silverware somewhere. God, that's awesome. That is super cool. Wait, here we go. Mess time on the rifle range. Much attention was given to the rifle practice at the training camps. The men were taught the mechanisms of the rifle and all apparatuses pertaining to its use. A good American marksman can put 14 bullets out of 15 into a 3-foot circle at 1,200 yards. The German rifle will hardly stay on a 6-foot target at 1,000 yards and is limited for regular work at 435 yards. So, Americans were tripling what their standard use was on the German rifles, according to this. Our American soldiers daily demonstrated their own superior marksmanship. 6 grades of marksmanship are established in the United States Army. The 3 highest of which are known as expert rifleman, sharpshooter, and marksman. The holders of these awards are entitled to a special badge and in some cases increased pay. Each camp had its rifle range where the men went for practice, as these ranges were sometimes miles from the regular camp. An up-to-date government cook wagon went along to furnish good hot meals. These convenient wagons could go anywhere the soldiers could go. In fact, were just as necessary an equipment for target practice as the rifles themselves. Uncle Sam believes that in order to make good soldiers, his boys must be served with plenty of food and good quality, free from adulteration. The men carried along their mess kits and were served out in the open. The following comprised their typical rations for the day: 18 ounces of bread, half ounce of butter, 1.28 ounces of jam, 20 ounces of potatoes, 12 ounces of bacon, 24 ounces of beans, 0.64 ounces of lard, 0.64 ounces of salt, 0.04 ounces of pepper, 0.16 grill vinegar, 1.2 ounces of coffee, 3.2 ounces of sugar, and 5 ounces of evaporated milk. That was a typical daily ration at this point. Still don't see a 1908 maybe? I'm not sure. That could just be a serial number to the photo. There's also a 65 right there. I did not catch a date in there anywhere. Let me look on here again. Let's see. I believe this might be an original photo. I don't think this is a reprint or remade. They actually printed them out, put them on these cards like this, and they stick down in a viewer. That's also what this is, and it's like a 3D. It's kind of like an old school 3D. Two of the same pictures go down in that, and then you get each one of your eyeballs get to focus on its own picture. Pretty cool, actually. And this is like a jungle scene. Yeah. That's pretty interesting. I don't think this one says what it is. Okay. Look at that. It's also, this is awesome. These photos like this, man, they're hard to come by. World War I, 1917. Chronicle magazine. Issue December 7th of 1980. Or July 12th of 1980. I'm not sure how they wrote it. Doughboys grab a meal at the field kitchen. So there's a field kitchen in World War I over here. Look at those mess kits. That is awesome. Super awesome. All right. Wait. Oh, whoa. Look at that. Wow, that's World War II there for sure. Look at that box. What we wouldn't do to have that box now and everything that was in it. God, that's cool. What's it say on the back, if anything? Nope. That is one heck of a photo right there. One heck of a photo. Really high quality. Look how in focus everything is. That weapon. M1 Grand. Looks like he's got some like beef stew in that. If I was to guess, that's kind of what it looks like. It's not quite picking it up. You can see, I think you can see steam coming off of it. Probably a cup of coffee, maybe hot cocoa. That is awesome. All this stuff's getting framed. Keep it protected. Wait. I don't see where to start this at. This is supposed to get unwrapped, I assume. There we go. I won't be able to reuse that saran wrap. I got tons of it in there if I need to, though. If I need some. Oh, whoa. Look at that. I have seen this photo 1,000 times and never gotten my hands on one. That is one of the, I would say this is probably one of the most iconic and like circulated ration consuming pictures out there. There's a couple other. There's a World War I doughboy where they're down in the trench that you see all over the place. And then there's this World War II photo right here that you see a lot. And then there's one other where there's like a guy's shaving on the right-hand side. You can see he's got his shave kit. He's got shaving cream on his face. And the guy next to him is eating sea rations. First generation sea rations. World War II era sea rations. Looks like he's got baked beans right there. I've never held one of these and looked at it so close. Looks like beans. Maybe beans and wheat. I don't know. It looks like beans or beans and wieners, maybe. Something along those lines right there. And I don't know what he's cutting with his fork there. Beef steaks or something, maybe. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Going back in here. Okay. These come over here. I almost want to try to blow that one up. The details are there. Well, I don't know. I might mess with that and see if I can't make it bigger. More deep so we can see the detail more. LC, that is awesome, man. Really cool stuff. I'm going to spread those out a little bit. Put that one under here. That. Actually, maybe I should. Oh, I forgot about this one almost. All right, I'm going to set them off to the side for a minute. Hey, G. Schultz. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. I was telling G that we should figure out how to go live. I could actually technically go live with any of you guys, bring you guys into a live stream. The only thing is, if I do that, like, you're here for the duration. I've found out you cannot stop part of it or stop part of it, someone else's live stream. That part of it will, if you do end it, I'll only have half a screen for the duration of the rest of the live stream. So if you're in for a live stream, it's got to be for the whole thing, or you'll just have a blank screen on half of the screen, and it kind of, it'd be half. So wait, that was D, right? ABC, yes. So that was D. We are on to E. And I'm going to drop my OCD and rip the paper again, because I'm bad about OCD, not wanting to rip paper and stuff. Well, if I would ever decide to do that museum, those would be perfect pieces to put behind rations of the same era. Do not bend. And this is going to require the knife. Nope, it's not. It's open at the top. Okay, here we go. Did I get it? Okay. What do we have here? Wait. I think I'm supposed to open this, right? It's from April 6th, 1918. Weather, fair and cool. Price was 2 cents. Wow, simpler times back then, huh? Something Vaughn. April 18th. Or no, April 25th of 1918, I would bet. Alright, I'm going to have to cut it off here. No significance in retreat of French army. Is that what that means? Is that what that says, I mean? German attacks on left bank of River Oise between Chauny and Barrasis indicates enemy is finding himself cramped and is seeking more elbow room. Paris regards the situation with optimism. Slight gains or losses of territory not important at this stage. Volume 12, 10 pages. This is an original newspaper from 1918, by the way. This is not like a reprint or anything like that. I don't have very many old prints. I do have some, but I don't have very many. And they are very fragile usually. You got to be real careful on how you handle them. But I'll give it a try real quick. Okay, that's definitely taped all the way up right there. And over here. And again right here. There we go. Holy cow. Oh, never mind, that's taped all the way across. I don't know if taking this out's a good idea or not. It's actually in there, especially in this corner right here. It's like bunched up. I don't think I'll do very good about taking that out of there. It's probably not a great idea anyway. Until maybe I can frame it. That'll take a big frame like the puzzle. It's going to be about the size of the puzzle. What's the headline read? Real quick, let me see if I can get that. What? Why is it asking me to sign into my Apple ID? Huh. British regain old positions, but Amiens still in danger. Field Marshal Haig's men are counterattacking successfully just now. Wilson accepts the challenge of Hun powers, HUN powers. Force will be used without limit to cut them down in the dust. Wow. You don't hear them talking like that anymore. I mean, that's what it takes. You got to, show your dominance, right? Second phase of the battle dies down. Enemy repulsed near Grevens. Allies much encouraged by developments of Saturday and yesterday, but are prepared to lose Amiens before which British are fighting against heavy odds. Loss of city would not cause dismay. Special cable to New York Tribune and St. John Standard. There's a lot of war talk in this particular paper. Let's see. Would this be towards the end of World War I, right? What year did that? 19? just real quick. German's gains look like a fat, juicy pear to the newspaper reader, but the Kaiser knows how hollow it is at its core. At the core. Looks like a fat, juicy pear. Okay, original newspaper. I'm sure I could pull that out of there, but it would take me a minute. And I don't want to tear it up. LC took enough care to send this in the first place is awesome. It's astounding. We are on to F. Let me move these over. Hey, maybe I can turn the light back on. Bring some light into the subject. G.I. Joe's still back here hanging out. I'm going to have to give General a name. I don't think he came with a name. Okay. Now that you've gotten to the final item in this mystery box, I want you to know that I had originally had a different item in mind. The item was to match that of the Open Me item in C2. The problem with the original was that it was stopped at the border and deemed undeliverable due to the contents. Really? Wait. C2 was this stuff. Right? Yeah. I ended up finding two others that were similar yet different from the original already in Canada, that were already in Canada instead, and have put them in its place. It was a 2 for the price of 1, or price of the original deal. I'll be honest in saying I was extremely paranoid this box would get held up at the Canada-U.S. border and deemed undeliverable as well, obviously. So much so that our buddies Nola Joe and CT said that they would gladly aid in getting it to you safely. Joe was kind to pick it up from us and deliver it to CT, who in turn made sure it got safely to you. This box has been a real community effort, and I would like to extend a big thank you to CT for his aid in making sure that it had safe arrival. I just seen a... oh, hey, Cyanide Cookie says, Smokey LC says you should take the paper out something... oh, okay, all right. Well, I can do that. I already had it pretty much there. I just... that corner had me... I stopped on the corner. And thank you for the super chat, Dan. And hang on, did I miss it? I missed another super chat. Hey, all right, Eeyore. LC says you need to take the paper out. Cool stuff too. Oh, thanks for the super chat, guys. And another one just popped up. Germ says LC says to take the newspaper out. Yep. Okay. All right. Thank all three of you guys for making sure that I'm getting the newspaper out, and for your amazing super chats. We are going to get this newspaper out of this paper. Actually, you know what? If I cut this tape right here, I think the way it's... well, I don't know. I'm just going to try to slide it out. It's in there pretty tight, though. That's why I didn't go along with it. And let me stop this tape, because I don't want that getting stuck to this super old newspaper, because if it does, that'll be the end of the newspaper. All right, no tape there. There's tape here, though. All right, I got it all. Okay, I think. Double check real quick. I think there's a piece right here. Nope. Okay, I got it all. Nothing's going to get stuck to it. There we go. The St. John Standard. Field Marshal Haig's okay. United States will speed preparations to rush men across. Let me, that is fragile. Let me flip it over here. Russians may resist invasion by entity. Further arrest made in Quebec. Attempting to raise steamer carcasses. Found dead by train in California. Maybe it's on the backside. She's wanting me to find here. Ooh, wow, that is... Whew. Yikes. This is over 100 years old. Okay, let's raise this up a little bit. Let me get both my fingers under that. Okay. Oh, right there it is. That's what we're looking for. Fight with food. A call to the whole Dominion for the utmost effort to produce food for our soldiers and allies. Our allies are desperately short of food. In the midst of plenty ourselves, we must face the stern reality of England on shorter rations than she has been for over 100 years, and France with only 3 days' food reserve. Even from their present small supplies, they have been saving Italy from collapse through hunger. Since shipping must be concentrated on the shortest routes, Canada and the United States must continue to be practically the only source of supply. Canada must provide wheat and meat in increasing quantities to meet the situation that imperils the issues of the war. Men who can be spread for work on the farms must serve in this way. Spared. Sorry. Men who can be spared for work on the farms must serve in this way. Those who are obligated to remain in the city or town can at least raise vegetables in their gardens or on vacant lots. An increasing spring acreage in wheat and other grains is vitally needed. Stock raisers are asked to provide the greatest possible production of meat, especially pork. The Dominion of provincial governments. Hang on. This is very fragile. Where was I at? The Dominion of provincial governments will help to supply labor where needed. Starvation is threatening our allies. Everyone in Canada must fight by doing his or her utmost to produce and to conserve food. From the Canadian Food Board, or the Canada Food Board. And it's signed the Director of Production, Chairman and Director of Conservation, and Director of Agricultural Labor, in cooperation with the Provincial Department of Agriculture. Wow. The conflict of love and fat. Okay, that's not... I want to read that, but that's about, like, relationships. That is something that seems like it could be a situation that we could face again. I know that sounds kind of crazy to think about, but I swear, with the way that they're killing food production, and obviously the population's larger than it's ever been, if we get into a conflict, like a real conflict, meaning like we were back then in the early teens, well, I guess it would have been in the teens and in the 40s, like, food becomes a very, very, very important issue. Some would argue the most important issue, because without food, you can't live. Like, you will die. Same with water. But you can find water almost anywhere. LC, I have to assume that that's what you wanted me to find on there, and that is extremely cool. The only other newspaper that actually I've got a couple. I can't remember what's on them, but I have that one that I recently found going through old stuff from the space station on a Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, that thing is super fragile. I'm going to have to get that behind a frame quickly. Well, as long as it's in here, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that's acetone free, so it's not making the paper decay or anything, as long as you keep it out of direct light too much. But this stuff, when it gets old and dry like this is, it starts to break down rapidly, just with air, actually. It's very interesting when you get into vintage documents and well, vintage items in general, how quickly they can decay when you take them out of when you remove them from the environment that they stayed in for so long. Like, that was obviously what they got used to. It's kind of weird because they kind of get used to that environment and they're okay until you move them into a different environment, and then it's like the environment wages war on whatever it is. Now, this being an old newspaper, it could have been moved around a lot, so maybe it's used to new environments and it could be okay. But definitely want to get it behind a frame before it falls apart. On acid-free paper as well. Right on, right on. Yes. I'm sure that's not hard to get nowadays. I know back in the day it used to be a little bit of a challenge, but I don't think it's probably not much of a challenge to get the acid-free stuff nowadays. Where's he at? I thought I had a different one. Okay. Pull my Salty Croc collectibles, because I'm fixing to have one of his smokes here. Vintage Camel. Yeah, Vince really liked that guy. Salty Croc on the eBays. You can find him on there. You can laminate it and it will last forever. Well, that's true, but it'll also never come out of there either. If you laminate it, then frame it, that'll prevent the lamination from getting messed up. Because if you mess up the lamination, then you're like, I guess you could laminate it again over top of the lamination. A lot of things you could get away with doing that. Just not photos. Like, you never want to laminate a photo. All right. We are on to F, which I just read all of that to you guys. I will give you a second with that on the screen if you would like to read that. And a huge thanks to CT for making sure this made it across the border. So apparently LC tried to send the box. I do remember her saying something about that 2 or 3 months ago, wasn't it, LC? Or was it around Christmas? It might have been around Christmas time. I want to say that might have been when it was. So maybe it's been a while ago. But it seems like she tried to send something. But I don't remember her telling me that it didn't make it across the border or anything. It just, obviously she tried to send something. It didn't make it. So that is one of those things that really sucks about what we do. Especially if you get into international rations and stuff like that. Like, you've got to, I don't know, call it a 50-50 chance of actually getting the things that you pay for. Sometimes nothing shows up. Sometimes a completely just ravaged rations show up. I've had it happen to Russians. I've had it happen to Polish. I had it happen to, dang it, Croatian. Those Croatian rations. Which those ones they always overcharge for what. Those Croatian rations actually kind of suck. I mean, they're not horrible or anything, but they're not worth what they charge for them. All right, so this is part F. This is the part that had a hard time getting here. And from what she wrote here, it looks like this was a 2 for 1 versus the original. Price of the original. So this was a 2 for 1 versus the original. Let's find out what LC sent here. can't say thanks enough to the kids. I mean, if this stuff all was like their planning and idea, I'm a big kid at heart, I guess, because I love the toys. I love them. Amber was showing me the other day that vintage McDonald's toys are going for crazy money. If you have any, if you have any old like 80s, like late 80s, early 90s vintage McDonald's toys, then you might have some money. LC says, P.S. Wait. Okay, all contents inside after it was cleared at the border. Wait, I sent... Okay, here we go. I sent Mikey a box that had been returned to me. Sent Mikey a box. You mean Krisher or CT? They're both Mike. One's Mikey, I'm going to assume, and the other one you're probably going to call Mike. All contents inside after it was cleared at the border. P.S. We all, myself, the kids, Mike, Kay, Noah, Joe, and CT. Hope this box helps put a smile on your face after all the recent bad luck. May this box be a fresh start and hopefully some better times ahead. Oops. Yep, Mike K. Okay. All right. Well, I still got a package over here from Mike Krisher that I think I'm supposed to open last from what I understood from the instructions. Well, regardless, that's where it's ending up, is last to be opened. All right. All right. So cool, double packaged, which I was like, should I go slow opening that so I don't give away the whatever, whatever it is? The answer to that would be no. Okay. What's the easiest way to do this? Probably here. I keep putting my knife up. I don't know why I do that. There we go. There we go. All right, we're in now. Oh, yeah. That is right up my alley, as you know. They are brown MREs. I don't know what they are yet, but we'll find out together. Wow, that thing looks clean. All right. Menu number 6, Frankfurters. Any date on this? This is a Sopaco. I don't, no date. I don't think. Sometimes it's right on the seam, but let's see. With the lines under them, I'm going to say this has to be 1989 or 90 and above. I'm pretty sure with the line underneath the menu, I think. When you had them, they were stored in your freezer. That's not a knife. My son was saying that to me a lot the other day. It's not a knife. He's a knife collector. He's got a bunch of knives that I've bought him over the years. I think he's finally like kind of getting into them, even though I bought him like probably 100. Well, not yet. Not on this one. Some brown bags do have dates on them though. Some of them do. And this is menu number 4, omelet with ham. So first off, omelet with ham was. What was the first year? 91 or 90? Somewhere along that range. So we're going to say These are probably, if I was to just guess, I would say probably 91 or 92. But, so that's a Supaco. This is a Right Away Foods. This is going to have a really, well, one of my favorite vintage items, period, which is an oatmeal cookie bar in it. That's one of the things that makes the omelet with ham awesome. So, I don't think I have any hot dog buns for that. I always have to have a hot dog bun for the Frankfurters, but this is going to be one of the good ones. If you go with the first generation, the Four Fingers of Death, the first generation Four Fingers of Death, they're more like a. I know I've explained this to you guys. They're more soft and like a. What are those things? Like a Vienna sausage. They're like almost spreadable. Like you could probably spread them on a cracker if you wanted to. These are more like they have a snap to them, and they're more smoky, and they have a tougher skin on them. They're just better all around. 100%. I have had really good luck with these before, and Elsie was keeping them nice and cold while she had them. So, 2 boxes. That's another thing, too. They started that, I believe, in 1990 because, let's see, 86, 87 was its own generation, and then 88, 89 was also its own generation. In 1990 up, to 95 was another. So there's quite a few generations of brown bags. It's 80 to 85, and then 86, 87, 86, 87, and then 88 and 89. So 86, 87 was its own generation. 88, 89 was its own generation, and then 90 to 95 was its own generation. I think these are, I know this one is definitely within the 90 to 95 range. And the Frankfurters, depending on, we could look up based on the accessory packet, because this says an accessory packet A, which I think some of them had a D, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is probably going to be an earlier one, which is probably 90. I mean, I'm just, trying to use all my knowledge right now that I have and guesstimate a date. Oh, I didn't put the paper back in the manila envelope. I'm taking care of right now. So they used to talk about rations a lot in the news and in the government. When I say news, I mean mainly newspapers and stuff like that. There wasn't much in the way of delivering news back then. Okay. What is it? CT, that's how you warmed me up. Wait, what? Oh, that's another thing too. If there's a flameless ration heater in there, it'd be a 93 up. I do not feel one in there. That doesn't mean there's not one, but it's definitely double boxed. This one's got 2 boxes. This one does not. This one has 1 on the back side and nothing on the front. So that's probably an early. I'm guessing this is probably 90 to 91, maybe even up to 92. I can't remember what the first year was they started double boxing like this one, like they used to do the IMPs. Or I think they still do the IMPs, double boxes. I think they did away with the boxes in those new bag types, though. All right, we still got the Mike Krisher package over here to get to. I think this is going to be a multiple week review, I would call it, or a multiple week live stream content. So this is Mike's package right here. And LC, my gosh, what a package. I've already got ideas running through my head, which I'll talk to you about that later. But what this has got me thinking to do. I just sharpened my knife not too long ago, but I think it's got a bunch of glue on it. Should have been a pull tab on here, I thought, with these USPS mailers like that. All right, so this is from Krisher. This the link to Krisher's channel is very top of the description. And in here we have, what's that? Oh, no way. So we got a pork chow mein, which is a tan bag from first generation tan. So it's going to be from 1996 up to 2007. But pork chow mein ran from like 98 to like 2002, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. Somewhere in that range. I know for sure it's in those ranges. But look at these. Do I have one of these handy? I think I do. Kind of handy. Oh, yeah, right here. Mine's different, though. I like the tan ones. Let's see what else we got in here. I'm only seeing that one so far. Love the miniatures, though. Oh, yeah. That's a beverage base. That right there is CT's favorite. You guys see what it is? Hang on, let me zoom. Beverage base powder, great. They was thinking of you, CT. You got the hoo-ah bar. Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah! Oh, we double grape. That is a double grape and a double hoo-ah. Look at that. Net weight 2.3 ounces. There we go. All right. That's awesome. Yeah, I love minis. I love them. That's like, just, I kept these. These came out of a IMP. A little miniature pack of lifesavers. I thought those were super cool. That's like a 80, what'd that come out of? Like a, maybe like a 97? I can't remember what those came out of. All right. So we got food also here. Put that hoo-ah bar up. Back in there. All right. That goes with the other minis there. Came from Mike. All right. Sticky. Sticky Fingers here? I see Sticky. Oh, he is. Hey, look at that. Precursor to the first strike bar. Good to see those hoo-ah bars. Even minis. Did you see the big one that I had? I got a weird one, dude. It's good to see you in the chat, man. I ain't seen you in forever. Have you seen a silver one like that before? I can't remember what year this is. Might be a date on it somewhere. It's got the little breast cancer. Well, no, it's Sport the Troops. So I'm going to guess this is like 90 something. Can't remember what year this came out of. Wait, right there. Hang on. Oh, 2007's the Best Buy. So this is probably from 2006. But it's a weird silver one. I almost texted you earlier, dude. And I was like, nah, man, I ain't going to bother him. Just I hadn't seen you in a long time, and when I scrolled down through my text, I seen you, and I was like, nah, I'll leave him alone. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's been a while. So I just opened a whole plethora of really cool stuff here from LC and her kids. And Mike Krisher actually sent the minis along with this pork chow mein, menu number 9. I actually sent Sticky Fingers a pork chow mein years ago. I mean, it's been years ago. And I think the one I sent him was a 1999, if I'm not mistaken. It came out of I had a kind of a weird case of 1999's A and B. So I don't know. I remember stupid little details like that sometimes. Sometimes I don't, but I definitely remember that because I remember him eating it and it looking really good when he ate it. Because I like water chestnuts, and it had water chestnuts in it, and I'm a big water chestnut fan. It seems like it was in really good condition. The ones that I had, I think I've eaten every single one of them out of those cases. I mean, I still got some of them left. I've probably got about, I'd say maybe 8 left out of the 24. And I think everyone that I've tried to consume myself, which I've consumed some here on live streams, and I think I've ate every single one of them, like the whole thing. Like, I don't think I've had any issues as far as anything being bad in them. So maybe a drink mix or something that had like a pinhole in it or something like that. But I mean, like the actual meals themselves, I don't think I've had any go bad. Oh, you got a little sore on your head. What the heck? Huh. Anyways, check this out. Sticky Fingers, he'll appreciate this. He's got the canteen. He's got his 1911 with his... I can't zoom out anymore. That's as zoomed out as I can get. Let me do this. And he's got a phone. He's got a field phone right there. Field communications. Bomber jacket. Super cool. This is from 90... What year was this? 96? Yeah, 96. So this is one of the earlier G.I. Joe like commemoratives that they did. Oh, there's a serial number right there. 32058. 50th anniversary of World War II. Super cool. And then, oh, Sticky Fingers will also appreciate this. Check this out, dude. You probably even have one of these, I bet. With the little mess kit. Little mess kit. That's got the silverware and a G.I. Joe MRE in it. Canteen. Look at that. I know that's right up Sticky Fingers' alley right there. Because he collects mess kits. And he's probably got a huge collection by now. I have to imagine that his collection of mess kits is probably dipping into the 20 range. He's probably got 20 different styles of mess kits by now. That's super cool. I like the little functional strap on it. And it's got the little flip over handle on it. I'm sure it comes apart too. You know, I probably should, check that out just because I'm sure that is meant to come apart. I really don't want to. Hang on. Yeah, no, maybe not. Maybe that, I don't know. It does feel like it should. Huh. I don't know. It looks like that the top comes off of it. But it's on there really tight if it does. I don't want to risk tearing it up. Anyway, I knew he'd like that. We got a bunch of different canteens and stuff here. There's a cup. Canteen cup. Little black one. Do the handles function? They look like they do. They look like they flip out, but they do not. Anyway, little canteen cup. And then we got canteens here. These are solid resin. They're heavy duty. little different shades of green. OD green here. The dark green and the light green. Both OD green though. Miss Marilyn, thank you for hanging out. Good night. Yeah, the old style. Yeah. Look, can you identify this one? It kind of looks like it might be a cold weather, actually. You know what? It kind of looks like an Arctic. Now that I look at it. But this up here, I don't know. Let me pull my Arctic up here. Real quick. I know it's got a... ours has got ropes on them. But, shape-wise, I think that's what we're looking at here. See that little... I'm thinking that's what it is. With that little... I guess that's only there to attach the strap. Is the only purpose for that. That little lanyard with the ring. I don't know what else that would be for, actually. I wonder if that's solid or hollow, and if that actually opens up down inside the canteen. Curious. Oh, and the lid. That's exactly what this is. You're right. Yeah, this is definitely... when I seen that earlier, I was like, what is that? Like some different style? But no, that is the Arctic for sure. And then we got a different color green, old school canteen right here. I don't know how they make these. This one looks like it might be kind of like handmade. Like the clip on it. Looks like it was reattached at some point. I don't know. Super cool stuff, man. And then check this out. The Pokemon card. Suspicious food tin. That is super cool, man. Super cool. Love it. Yeah, I didn't realize that was an Arctic until comparing the two, and that's exactly what it has to be. It has to be the Arctic. And I think this can fit back in this one. Yeah. And then that one's actually got the silverware in it. It's kind of cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I should have got my silverware out earlier and matched it up, but where I was talking about the holes in it, the cutouts in it, the small set. It's what makes these pretty distinct, as those cutouts in them. Well, that and the U.S. stamp on them. But I don't know how many of you guys have ever tried to eat with these. I mean, obviously, you can eat with them. It's better than not having any silverware by a gazillion times better than not having anything. But these spoons, they're no joke. Like, that is a humongous spoon. Huge. That's bigger than like a, what is it, a tablespoon. It's bigger than a tablespoon. I don't know. I like stuff like this. It lasts forever. It's, in my opinion, super collectible, especially when you get stuff that's like personalized and dated. You know exactly when it's from. It's from 1946 or 52, whatever. Canteen is from 76. Yeah, 75. 1975. All right. Well, I don't know what to do now. I mean, I don't think there's really time to eat a meal. The cat took off. So, we're going to, this will actually take us for an entire month. We'll do one of these each week. The way I've got it figured. Oh yeah, it's, Sticky Fingers is right. Um, it's kind of misrepresented the way it looks on screen, but when you hold one of those spoons in your hand, like I'm going to tell you right now, I would hate to get hit in the head by one of them things. Especially somebody put a little bit of force behind it, they'd leave a knot that would stick up on your head 3 inches. Them things are no joke. They got some weight to them too, but they're. What I'm saying is, like, when I've eaten with that spoon, I don't like it's so big to put in your mouth that it makes eating with it uncomfortable. So you just kind of use like the I hate to say this, but you just use the tip of it. You just use the end of it. But this is a regular size spoon right here. This is pretty close. It's a little larger than a regular size spoon that you would get in a standard silverware kit that you would get today. This is I would say like a 25% larger than a typical spoon that you would get. Even an MRE spoon. Let me pull this super light colored MRE spoon that I have here. But you can see that's an MRE spoon. And this is like, this is here. Let me get it out. As I'm talking about it, I may as well show you what I mean. Because they are friggin' humongous. Yeah, they're like shovels. But so I don't like using these British sporks because they cut the corners of my mouth. They're so sharp on the edges right there that I don't ever use them. I mean, they're just dangerous in my opinion. But, like, look. And it's how deep it is. See how the difference in how shallow this is versus... This will hold at least 2.5 times what this spoon will. And this will hold at least probably 5 or 6, maybe even more of these. Well, I would say at least 5 is how much that'll hold. It's just like a tiny bowl. These things are ridiculously large. But they have been that way. They have not changed at all. I know for sure since World War II. I think even prior to that, could go back. No, the World War I mess kits were, silverware was different. And then the Civil War silverware kits were different. So they did different generations of them, but they did not change after World War II. They're the same, right? Well, I think you can still buy them through the military, and they'll be exactly like this. There's no way to distinguish any difference in them because they don't. I've never seen any silverware with dates. The only thing that has dates is the mess kits. And my mess kit doesn't have a date, but I know for a fact the guy I got it from had it since Vietnam. He said it was Vietnam era. Yeah, I don't have nowhere near the collection that Sticky Fingers has. He's got one heck of a collection. I would like to get one of those field tables like Sean has, that has the whole field mess kit in it, or field kit in it, that's got all the plates and the silverware, and I think it's got cups in it too. I don't know what all it has in it. I think the cheapest I ever seen one was $350 though. But a nice one that was complete and in good shape. I got a few things. Things just get more rare. They get more expensive. They get harder to find. And every time we open one of these, even if it's just a brown bag MRE or a early tan bag MRE, that just made them more rare every single time that we open this stuff. It's not going to last forever, though. I keep telling myself, I'm like, I store these things well, and I'll probably be able to eat, if they're in good shape when I got them, I'll probably be able to eat most of the things I have as long as I store them well. But anything that leaves me and goes somewhere else, like after I'm alive or anything like that. Most likely, it will not continue its life on after that. So I keep trying to tell myself, I'll get use out of these things. I'll consume these things and enjoy them, and probably most likely not very many other people will. So yeah, LC. Thank you for everything. I'm smiling and saying thank you. Well, what was the? I was supposed to say a certain phrase. What did I do with the puzzle? Here it is. My mess kit just fell over. Mystery box conquered and all contents inside revealed. That's what I was supposed to say. So that's what I just I took care of the instructions. Uh, but yeah, man, I kind of had planned on and had figured that I would probably roll into eating something, but I don't know exactly how long I've been doing this. Let me check my time here. Oh yeah, I'm pretty deep into this. Let's see, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we definitely don't have time. Yeah, we would be here until tomorrow. We would be here till like probably 12:30, 1 o'clock if I was to get into having a meal. Wanted to preserve them for future uses and keeping them too long for that to go. Yeah, friggy. I'm worried I kept a bunch of international rations for too long. Daniel, I've kept a lot of international rations for too long. I'm right there with you. I I was actually apprehensive about consuming, especially Russian stuff, because Russian stuff just there are no preservatives at all, like really at all. Whatever the food is, that's pretty much what it is. Like the only preservative there is to it is whatever fats, salts are contained in it, and whatever the cooking process was. And hopefully, there's no pinholes or if anything like that, then it's toast anyway. Which I've had that happen a lot. Um, but I have had pretty good luck with Polish stuff, with Russian stuff. I've eaten Russian stuff that was 5 years past its best by date, and the only thing is, like I'll say, is it starts to lose some flavor versus it going bad. It's not really. It doesn't go well. My experience, it hasn't gone bad on me. Didn't make me sick. Didn't taste weird. It just kind of lost a substantial amount of its original flavor. Um, if you're okay with that, then you're probably going to be okay with consuming some stuff that's well past its best by date. I've got an LRP. I suspect maybe a prototype. Never seen another one like it. I'm afraid to open it. Germs MRE. Okay. Email me pictures. I'll tell you what you got. So, as far as like a prototype LRP, first generation LRP came in. I had one of these. I sent it to Steve years ago. I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. I had the very first generation long range patrol was in a canvas bag, and it had green canvas duct tape on it, and it was formed into a small little oval about that big. The duct tape taped down all four corners. They were folded to the inside on all four corners, and the duct tape was wrapped around, making it a very small package. Second generation LRPs, you take one of those pieces of duct tape off and you leave the flaps on the bag up, and it became taped on one side and untaped on the other so that you had a way to carry it, I assume. I really don't know why they left the other side unflapped, but I know that the second generation looks like that. Third generation is basically losing the duct tape. Early canvas bag. Got one up there on my shelf, but they're early canvas bags with a a really thick double lining on them. One being like a plasticky material, and the other lining being a shiny metal material with it's like a plasticine mix of aluminum and plastic. Spetsnaz, Special Forces ration, 24-hour. Wait, see, because they made those. What are they? 7-man rations? I think Shocker got one, and somebody else got